understanding how financing works and how to really explain its importance now more than ever since 2019. I mean, it's gone up, not exponentially, but it's nearly doubled.
If a contractor just offers financing 100% of the time, they lead with financing, their closing percentage goes up by 11%. Thank you so much for tuning in today. One of the big things of the HVAC Accelerated Success program is we are really focused on your success, your profitability, giving you more process, giving you more freedom, giving you more time, however you may define success. Our hope is by you subscribing to this or by you following us on YouTube that you will be able to find those little nuggets that help you find the success that you're looking for.
The information presented is for informational purposes only. The opinions expressed are not necessarily the opinions of any Daikin company. This information should not be confused for accounting, legal, medical, or other professional advice. Please seek advice from a qualified professional for any specific questions.
Welcome to the Accelerated HVAC Success Program. My name is Ben Middleton, and I'm the Director of Sales and Business Training for Daikin Comfort Technologies. Today, I'm joined here with Greg Jones. Greg, you're the Regional General Manager for Stevens Equipment here in the Southwest.
That's correct.
And so you oversee Arizona and New Mexico, correct?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about how did you get into the HVAC industry?
Well, I didn't wake up when I was 7 years old saying I want to be in the HVAC. And none of us do, really.
Right.
I can't remember who told me this a number of years ago. Almost none of us grow up thinking we want to be in HVAC. There are legacy situations. Obviously, we all know them. I think you're an example of that. But I definitely, you almost never think you're going to be in this business, but almost no one ever leaves it.
Right.
Right? It's been very good to me. It's been good to my family. I raised 2 kids. We had a good life. I moved around a lot. I've always worked in the South, whether it was the Southeast or the Southwest. And so I got started basically going to church. A guy that I was going to church with asked me if I'd be interested in being a trainee for him.
Okay.
And this was on the East Coast. The company was called Nolan Company. They used to be the biggest distributor in North America for many, many years. And then in the 80s, some individuals who left Nolan Company, they founded Ferguson Enterprises. And but anyway, they were still pretty big in the 90s, and that's when I started in a little city counter in Greenville, North Carolina, full of cigarette smoke. Everyone was smoking on both sides of the counter, and those were really, really cool days because I got the old school training. You worked in the warehouse and drove trucks, mowed the lawn. Took out the trash.
Whatever it takes, right?
Yeah, that was the training program back then. And but it's been great.
Yeah, it is neat because I agree with you. So many people I talk to, no intention, but once you get into the HVAC industry, and it really, we were talking about this just before we started. COVID is kind of this defining point. Until COVID, I mean, we really proved that HVAC is an essential business.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And, I think there was a little bit of nervousness when COVID first hit, what's going to happen to the market, but many contractors absolutely excelled with their sales because everybody was home.
And I think at the time, because it was a novel event, none of us really knew what was in store for us.
Right.
When this whole, I was working for a different company at the time, and I can remember having meetings every day trying to figure out what the new normal was, how we were going to stay ahead of it, be relevant, stay open, service our customers. And I think all of us were shocked at how strong that year was, or the year after. It was really an incredible situation, counterintuitive, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's funny, I've talked to several people on the podcast, and they're telling me, I didn't plan on getting into the HVAC industry, but now I'm hearing from my kids that they want to get into the trades, or, and then that is a viable, honorable path for people to go into. And so I'm super excited to see what's going to happen with the industry as we move into the future. I mean, it seems to me like there's a lot of fresh, young people with brand new ideas and completely new perspectives coming into the industry today.
I totally agree. And I think that, we talk about COVID, also there's AI, right? The emergence of AI.
Oh, yeah.
AI is going to, it's already impacting our business, but I think that we have a lot of opportunity for it to actually help us grow and grow jobs. And well, I believe that a lot of the younger generation now, because they realize and they're being taught about AI and what it could mean for their futures, it's helping to accelerate that notion that, hey, this is and not only a valid and honorable field, but a very lucrative one in many ways. And if you just look back at private equity, I mean, there are many, many examples of individuals I've known my entire career who started out with one truck and now they're living on some island somewhere, right? So, and we've seen consolidation things happen before. I think that AI has had a big impact, private equity has had a big impact, but it's slowing down, and I think we'll see another cycle start, and there's going to be a need we all know there's going to be a need for service techs and all of the trades, all right, frankly. But I think we're a potential renaissance now with people realizing how good this business really is.
How do you think, you bring up AI, how do you think this industry is going to change over the next 5 years?
I think the tools will get better. I think that it will, at first, at least be an enhancement to field personnel. We already know that it can be, virtual type stuff. AI does a really good job of multiplying the power of technologies we already have and things that we're already trying to deploy or have been working with in the field for a number of years now. AI is going to continue to sharpen that and take it to new levels. So I think that provide options for us in our side and also for the contractor, and ultimately the homeowner's experience will improve.
It's interesting. Daikin just launched its brand new AI tool for contractors. And so now we've uploaded every single service manual we've ever done, every single service bulletin that we've ever done. Yep. And we've put in all the product brochures and all of the marketing information. And so all of that stuff is into this database that now AI can search, and you can just ask any question, and it will put at the fingertips everything that technician needs in the field. So number one, I'm hoping that completely transforms the way people utilize tech services, because now I can do a self-serve first and I don't have to wait on hold. And it will free up tech services to be better available for those that really, really do need the help. And so we can increase our customer service to our customers.
Absolutely. And it increases opportunities ultimately for us and for our contractor customers to get additional revenue in one way or another.
Absolutely.
Right? So
you get one more call that day.
I think we're in a good position with AI. I don't think it's anything to be overly concerned about. We just have to be fleet of foot. We have to be nimble, and that's what we do. I think Ryan mentioned earlier, as a smaller company, as a DoD, we have all the trappings of what's best about everything. So you're nimble and you're agile as an independent or an independent acting company, while having, the backing of the global powerhouse that Daikin is. We make what we sell, and not anyone else can say that really.
So how are the Stevens equipment branch people or salespeople utilizing AI today to help their customers?
So primarily the sales team and the commercial inside group, the technical guys, Bob and Dennis, the two technical field guys, there's nobody in that group that's not using it daily. And whether it's working on proposals, or I use it for a whole host of things. It could be on proposals, it could be on financial type projects or estimates that I'm doing. I have ChatGPT is basically what I use, both on my desktop and on my phone. And everybody's using it. The TMs are mainly using it to refine their communications, and it's been, we work through a proposal process when we're working with customers and adding business, and that proposal process requires good communication. It requires good, well thought out. We know what we want to say, and we know what items need to be presented, but it's a level set for a lot of TMs who may be really good in a lot of areas, but maybe need some help on the structure of communicating. That's where it's giving the biggest benefit to my team.
So one of the things that Daikin has been talking about in general is kind of this concept or idea of the branch of the future. What would you say is the Stevens ideal branch of the future to better serve customers?
an extremely well-trained and informed staff that understands how to provide solutions when there's not a readily available option. And, during the summertime in Arizona, we all know we have to come up with a lot of solutions, right? Because inventory can be scarce during the peak months, and we have to figure out how we might be able to substitute something. But I think, the ideal Stevens branch is going to be a branch that communicates extremely well, gives its customers more options than ever before, and does it in a way that gives the customer a great experience, right? That makes them want to keep coming back.
So I hear a lot of customers, they're concerned today about affordability for the homeowners, being able to afford their systems. What are some of the ways that Stevens equipment can help dealers maybe reduce their overall operating expense, or maybe help them be able to help make systems more affordable for dealers today? What are some things you guys are doing that's unique to the competition out there in the marketplace?
Well, I think the main thing, again, goes back to training and developing our people. We certainly do spend, financing is something that everybody does, right? Or at least we would imagine they would, but they really aren't. A lot of our competitors are really not as focused on it as they ought to be. And I think that we, at Stevens at least, put a real premium on understanding how financing works and how to really explain its importance now more than ever in this current market environment. You mentioned the price of a system. Since 2019, it's gone up, not exponentially, but it's nearly doubled, really, your average system price. So it's really, if you're not talking financing or teaching your contractors, and more or less, even more importantly, I think, finding, as we're looking for new partners, we need to look for people who are interested in that and are open to it,
I think financing is a huge key. I think ACCA just came out with a study that said if a contractor just offers financing 100% of the time, they lead with financing, their closing percentage goes up by 11%.
Yep.
What sort of sales training do you provide for your customers to help them learn how to be better in the home with in-home sales and to help their comfort advisors?
We use a combination of different things. We use external programs. I don't know if can I mention them?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so we're partnering with BDR right now.
Yeah.
And we've always, and this is something that Ryan, you'll hear from him over and over again. We pride ourselves at Stevens. We expect our territory managers to be specialists in everything that we sell. We're a technically minded cadre of individuals that really, we take pride in being able to really talk about the equipment in a way at a level of technical prowess that allows us to really be consultants to our contractor customers. So I think that's a really big part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Would you say a majority of contractors are taking advantage of all of the training that you guys are offering?
I think so, yeah. I think that, again, so we try very hard at Stevens to find the right partner. We have a go-to-market strategy at Stevens that's unique. And we want to bring that global prowess that backs us up, right, with being a global manufacturer with that local customized, Daikin-owned distribution model, which is what Stevens is. We became part of Daikin because we did a good job. It's been in our roots for a long time. And I think that, that's the key.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the number one challenge you're hearing from contractors today that they're having?
Well, you've mentioned a lot of them.
Yeah.
I mean, the non-private equity contractors mention that a lot. And they, when you're like we are and you have a good balance of both, it can, sometimes your non-PE customers they're concerned. They're concerned that maybe there's advantages out there that they're not receiving or support or whatever. And we as a sales team have to make sure we do our job of making sure they understand and believe and trust us that, no, we're doing everything we can for you based on your go-to-market. That's why we're in business together. So yeah, maybe there's a different structure or a different way of doing business, but we're focused on making you the best you can be based on your model. And we have the ability to do that.
So if you had a dealer listening to this right now and they're within your market and they're thinking, yeah, I'm just really not getting what I need from my current distributor. What are you guys looking for from a dealer that you would be bringing on and having either selling the Daikin brand or maybe even bringing on a Goodman dealer? What are the things that you're looking for that you want?
Well, we certainly want to do business with a brick and mortar sales and service minded company that has good reviews, good reputation. And sometimes with newer companies, you don't necessarily have all that at once. So certainly we're looking for, key indicators of how they're going to partner with us. And we've talked about financing, we've talked about training. Are they growth minded? Are they open? Are they aggressive? Are they wanting to learn? Are they coachable? And that's really what we don't want to just be the company that comes in and provides a price list and, put some donuts or danishes on the desk. We want to be able to provide value and build rapport from the very first meeting we have.
Well, this has been a great conversation. If you had any last thoughts or words of wisdom that you wanted to share with our audience, what might that be?
HVAC is a really great business to be in. It's been really good to myself and my family. I think that if you're a young individual today, this is a great opportunity for you. I love this business.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
For all of you that are out there, if you liked this episode, please go ahead and make sure you hit that like button. Also, if you're listening on one of our podcast channels, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe so you can be informed of all of our upcoming episodes. Until next time.